Welcome to Happy News Network, the Minisode.
We're here to brighten your week while you take a break from doom scrolling.
I'm Shayna.
And I'm Kristen.
Today we have a very special Minisode. Happy News Network is launching a logo contest.
You, the listeners and watchers, will be voting for our new logo option.
Let's welcome the designers of our future logo, Sandra Flores and Ceci Lozano of In Bloom Creative Solutions.
Hi there, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Guys.
We've just been emailing, so it's nice to see the faces.
I know.
Yeah. So tell us a little about the work you do.
So we're a marketing and communications company, and what we do is take the client's need, the request to communicate a message in a visual form, and that can be typically graphics for social media, all channels in social media, but we also do traditional collateral pieces like postcards, brochures, we do magazines too, and we go all the way to a broader spectrum of services, including animations for stadiums. Those are really fun to do. And something interesting is when we started more than 10 years ago, it was very popular to work on web pages, but not anymore. We still do them, but not as often.
I've been working with Sandra for almost 4 years now in Bloom Creative Solutions. And what we do is like mixing our technical, but also communication skills in order to deliver a creative solution for the client. And yeah, that's what we do together.
Can you talk to us a little bit about how you take a vision and mission statement and turn that into something visual?
Most of the time when we have an established client, and even though we're taking their mission and the vision, sometimes it needs to, we need to change perspective if they're going to target a different audience. So we want to know who are we working for, what are their values, their philosophy, and what do they want? What do they want to communicate? And translate that into something visual that communicates what they want. But when we're starting something from scratch, like in this case, for your logo, we take a lot into consideration your personalities. And on our side of the team, we get involved more people because we want you to have a version coming from a very diverse team, different ages, different backgrounds, trying to relate to who you are and give you different options, and then we take your lead. And what is very interesting is that at the beginning, we set kind of a common ground of how we want to work within a specific client, but then the designers involved, they don't talk to each other. So we can present different options to the client. But I think Ceci's work on this part because in this case with you, she's the one that technically executed the work. Her perspective can be a tiny bit different. So you want to explain, Ceci?
Yes, I think it is like very important to first know the background of the client and like who is the audience they want to reach with this product that we are like delivering for them. And first, what we usually do is like starting with a brief and like actually knowing what they want and how they want it. And sometimes the information in this brief is like really precise, and like sometimes the brand or like the client we're working with, they already have like a design story. So we have sometimes to consider what products or like, yeah, how they are like communicating with their audience. So we have to consider that in order to like, the image that we are making for them goes with it. So sometimes like we have to like demonstrate if they're asking for something that we know that it might doesn't work, we have to like make them look like, okay, this might look good digitally, but like if you're doing some things like a merchandising, or you're gonna print it, or doing like big campaigns, it might not work because of like the different inks, or in what merchandising you want to like do it. So yeah, it's like a whole process, and we do a lot of like back and forth feedback with the client. And of course we have to like nail the creative solution for them, but it's a whole process of like feedback and like really sticking of what idea they have to like they want to demonstrate, but still we like delivering something that it's going to be working for them.
Yeah,
It's
and
complex.
Yeah.
it is, but something very interesting that Ceci and I were talking, and maybe it's kind of normal for us at this point because we have a good synergy working, is that not in this case with Happy News, but with some other clients or projects. Sometimes we're working, but in order to work, and you guys know as creative people, sometimes you just have to step back. So what we do is unplug the computer and read a magazine, a book, and play with paint. We have done that for the daily treat. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and just like markers and watercolor, etc. Sometimes we go and get digital inspiration, like YouTube videos, or like even a makeup class, and you're like, oh, that gradient looked super good on an eyeshadow. Let's use it for a background, and we want to do something similar.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
it's a whole
and
creative process.
yeah, and
Yeah.
the extreme situation is that it has happened a couple of times that when we have been working like physically together, because most of the time we work online, it's like, let's just go and take a hike. We just need to leave everything, and you come back with a fresh perspective and offer a solution to your client, and then you nail it right away. You just step back for a little bit.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's so neat to hear. Thinking about our process with Happy News Network, was there anything maybe different or more challenging for this design process?
Again, I think in the way we got involved, it was a little bit different for Ceci than me. I think on my end, I was thinking more on the business side of the logo, because we wanted to create something that is gonna be memorable and easy to use. For example, when you're creating thumbnails for Spotify or for different digital channels. But also I want to consider that you guys are gonna keep growing, and maybe in 2 years you need to have your own merchandise line. So we need something that is gonna be easy to put on a mug, on a shirt, on a postcard, on a book. And that's what I had a little bit of input, and my challenge was to how to stay on a format that you can use on a square, vertical, horizontal, and it's gonna be consistent. And then the technical challenge goes for Ceci when I tell her to consider all of that.
Yes, because when you guys like asked just for the logo, actually your brief was amazing because it was really specific, and like you already had like this background design story of the whole Happy News Network Instagram, and like the style you were like guys doing. So for me it was okay, like this is what they have, we're gonna like enhance it, improve it, you know. So like it was good, the technical side, as Sandra says, like her art direction and like how we work together is basically like we brainstorm, and then we use like the information you guys gave us, and yes, like we just have to like do it something that it can branch more, as Sandra said. Like right now it's just digital, but we guys think you guys are gonna like grow more and do more with this logo. So hopefully that is like what you guys are gonna do in the future. So yeah, just deliver something good and functional for you guys.
Thank you. And thanks for your faith in us and being able to help us see the bigger picture, because it's a 3-person operation. So sometimes we need to understand what we can do as we grow. And that's beyond just what we do to grow the podcast itself. So thanks for helping us see that.
Of course.
Our pleasure.
Yeah.
So do we want to take a look at logo number 1?
So this one, we started with a slightly different concept, and then we were able to make to make it into this as sort of our final product. Was there like a specific inspiration for this concept, or was it just one of many options that came in a flurry?
Well, I think for this one, we wanted something a tiny bit traditional on the sense that is related to news. And of course, the splash of color with the yellow and the smiley face is, even if you don't read the letters, you know it's about something happy, about something good.
Yes, it was like something like really clean, and like you can put on top of an image and it works, and it has like the word happy and the smiley face involved. So yeah, it was like the really clean and like simple but still functional version of the logo. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we love it.
That's
Yes.
number 1.
And it's amazing how you can compress so much into something simple and visual.
Yeah.
So this is option 2.
Yes.
Yes. So did you want to talk us through this one, Ceci? I know you kind of had some last minute inspiration for it.
Yes, as I mentioned you before, this was like the last drop of inspiration I had when making the logos, because we were going back and forth with the first one and like the first options, and they were like very clean and neat and like a little geometric kind of way. And I wanted to play more with like a typography style and still like involve the happy face somewhere, but like in between typography. And I was working with like the 2 P's of the word happy, and wanted to make the face, and just doodling around. And when it get together like this, I thought it worked. So I was like literally saying to Shayna at the last minute, like, how do you like this one? Can we involve it in the options? And yeah, like I think it worked. So I'm glad you guys consider it at the last minute. So yeah.
It was a great, bottom of the 9th of the bottom of the 9th inning option. It's really nice.
Yeah, I really like it, and I liked everything. So I'm really happy you guys liked it, and yeah, let's see what the people vote. I'm really excited
and
to
this
know.
one also has happy in color, just in a different way.
Yeah.
Neat.
So those are the 2 logos.
Yes.
What the people vote.
Thank you for talking us through the design process in both of those logos.
Of course. Thank you guys for inviting us.
I'm very, very curious and anxious to see what your listeners and viewers
I know.
about it.
What they're
Yeah,
I'm
we're excited.
We have 2
too.
awesome options. Like,
Yeah.
I really don't have a preference either way.
Yeah.
I think
It's
both
kind of
really
nice
awesome.
it's kind of nice that we
like
don't
really
have to choose.
And so that's what I'm excited to like know more, like, because they're very contrasting between each other. So
Yeah, they're both the same. They both like tackle the same objectives in a completely different way, which is like such a mark of diversity. So like, it's just nice that we don't have to be the ones picking it. We just let the listeners do
okay,
it.
let the audience pick, and we'll know by the start of the year.
Yeah. Sandra and Ceci, thank you so much. In Bloom Creative Solutions.
We're very happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time.
Of course. Thank you guys for your time too.
Listeners, you will have until December 30th to vote for your favorite logo.
Look for posts on our social media pages at HNN Podcast, and the winning logo will debut next January of 2021 for season 2 of Happy News Network.
From all of us here at Happy News Network, I'm Shayna.
And I'm Kristen. Have a happy day.
Have a happy day.